Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Monday midday meditation. Here we are again, Monday already. And isn't it amazing that we are in this time, in this space, and that we have another Monday to be together. I am so grateful that you are here. And so let's get right into it today. But as always, I invite you to get nice and comfortable in your seat, to feel into the structure, the surface that is supporting you. So get comfortable. You can shift around a little bit, really kind of feel that chair beneath you, your feet behind your back, under your legs. Really feel your feet on the floor and really feel your body in contact with that which is supporting you. And as busy people, having spent already half a Monday engaged in whatever it is that you've been doing, whatever it is that you've been working on, there is momentum that's created in your physical form, in your body. And that effort has perhaps collected. And so as we sit in our comfortable seat, we can now release the extra effort. Release the extra effort. And as you kind of make those connections in your sense of touch, really feeling into you and then into the places where you are supported, you can breathe into the release of that extra effort. Nice big full inhales, nice long slow exhales. If you haven't already yet, close your eyes and just settle in. Just settle in. And as we settle here, the contemplation I wanted to share with you today is around how that extra effort gets stored and what to do about it. So as we go through our days, go through our weeks, go through our months, years, there is within us this momentum that is built. And it is momentum that might be related to, comes from many sources, might be related to the work that you do. There is the momentum of the physical body, depending on the type of work that you do, or the mental body, depending on the type of work that you do, your energy, depending on the work that you do. There is the momentum created by caring for people, children, parents, pets, your home, caring for people, caring for things, your car, taking care of things, organizing our space. the things we do to maintain our life. There is the momentum created by the activities of daily living, such as eating, moving our bodies, taking care of the space around us, chores, errands. There is the momentum created by how we interact with things, or maybe how things interact with us. The dialogues that we have, the things that we take into our mental space to problem solve, to work out, the things that we learn, whether we seek it or we have to figure it out. Our feelings about people, things, how things should be, how things are not. And then these are, the activities of living, but they do create a sense of momentum. They do create an act of doing or engaging with. And as we conduct these things, right, it's very easy to let that momentum or to have that momentum carry over and spill over into other things. When one thing is, if we could sit and do one thing and it was complete before we moved on to the next, perhaps wouldn't happen as much. But that is very seldom the case in the type of world that we live in and the type of work and activities that we do. And quite honestly, even at this particular stage of life, when things are busy, when things are full, the opportunity to do one thing, finish it, and then do the next is very, very seldom, very few and far between. And so what happens is we carry within us that momentum of one thing to the next. And our bodies carry that impact, as you might have noticed, even just realizing where you're feeling the extra effort I invited you to rest in your comfortable seat. And certainly our minds carry the residue of that effort by the things that we continue to think about, things that occupy your mind space, even though it might have happened yesterday. It might have happened several weeks ago. It might be upcoming. It might be something you need to prepare for. It might be something that created an emotion or feeling within you, and that emotion leaves the residue. All of these things, all of these things. And so all of these are like this extra effort that you might have felt in the body once you allowed it to come to rest, allowed it to be supported, allowed it to uh, break the cycle of momentum, even for just a few moments. And we can think about, if you can feel that in your physical body, you can maybe understand that analogy then as we translate that into um, the same type of thing in the energetic body, in our mental, emotional body. Right? We know, sometimes an interaction will zap our energy, or an exchange with somebody will zap our energy. And it's not like that instant refresh that the next thing we do is we've dealt with it, it's over, we have renewed energy for the next thing. No, that impact, that drain on our energy carries into the next things until we can replenish in some way. There with a momentum created. Or if you've had an emotional exchange with somebody, it's hard to, or you can feel that momentum kind of carry into the next exchanges or linger in your memory or thoughts. Can upset your day, upset your week, upset your weekend. So we know these ways in which this effort that we have taken in or taken on can linger. The residue is there. And so this is the way that, as I described at the beginning, I'm talking about how this extra effort is created and held. Now, if you know me at all, you know that I am passionate about the topic of stress, and in particular, transforming our relationship with stress. And so all of these extra efforts that I've been referring to are really just another way of saying this is how, stress accumulates within us. It's all of those little extra efforts held and held and held and held, unresolved things that we have that were an effort created that was not complete. There's a memory or residue within us, and this is the uh, collection of stress. And what I refer to in particular as a stress stack. Now, after that description, you may be wondering what to do about that. If you understand the analogy and understand the story so far of how it is built and accumulated, then I have to carry on and let you know about what to do about that. Now, the good news is you are already having an experience of how to undo, how to uh, reduce your stress stack, and that is by opportunities to release the extra effort. And I've given you this physical analogy of releasing extra effort or physical experience of it when I asked you to sit comfortably in your seat. And as you feel yourself giving over or releasing extra effort held within your physical body into that which is supporting you. On a physical level, this is a very practical way of releasing the extra effort or source of stress. Now, in a very similar way, as we think about the energy, the mind, the emotions, the sense of well being, or what's referred to in the yogic tradition as your bliss body or bliss uh, uh, form, which is generally your overall sense of wellness, well being. When we think about effort in these additional but more subtle aspects of ourselves, it can be harder to understand how to release the extra effort that might seem, we can make sense of within the body, within our physical form. but it's in a very similar way. In a very similar way. So step number one is to pause, which is what we were already doing here. So well done, you. And then to close the eyes. And then to take a good few breaths. Now, you may be thinking, how can that possibly be it? Maybe not how it can work, because you've had an example here. And, I think then that, to think about closing your eyes and taking a few breaths, we can understand how in the moment that gives you a bit of space to release or to break the momentum or give you a break from whatever is happening at the moment. But it may also feel very idealistic, right? When do you have a chance to do that in the middle of a busy day? How can that possibly turn things around when you are feeling consistently or persistently stressed or overwhelmed or overworked? Maybe you've got that kind of foreboding sense of dread on Sundays as you head into your work week and you wake up in the morning kind of panicked about the day ahead. And I'm here to tell you that the way through that, or the path through it, is one step, one block off the stress stack at a time. So it's a simple model, a simple idea, and it can be easy. It might not always feel easy because you have to stop doing what you're doing, or you have to give yourself a moment to pause. But it can be little pauses, little breaks, little moments, and done with practice and done over time make a significant difference. A significant difference. And I'm not talking years. I'm not even talking months. It can make a significant difference in a matter of weeks, days, hours, minutes. It just starts with that pause. And every time we break that momentum, break that cycle, we give space, even a fraction of a moment, for that thing that we were doing before to complete before we do the next, for the effort to settle before we jump into the next thing. And every time we do that, we stop that thing from becoming another stack, another block in our stress stack. And the more often we practice, not only are we not allowing that to create an additional block on the tower, we might even take out a block or two from the already tippling stress stack. So I invite you, as we conclude today's Monday midday meditation, this is a bigger concept, a longer concept, and I've got lots more information about that, but I do not want you in this moment to rush ahead to try to figure that out. I will let you know that this practice, this transformation of stress, is exactly what I teach you and guide you through in my stress less solution program. And it's not something that is years to unpack or unwind. You can feel better starting in days. And as we work together week over week, you will not only unpack your stress tag or release your stress tag, you'll have practical tools like this to keep it steady, to prevent the restacking. And it's not by taking a break from your life. It's within your lifestyle. So that's not something to be contemplated today. I will leave you the details in the notes below. All I want you to do today is rest here for another few moments. Release the effort. Notice the effort transferring from you into that which is supporting you. And I want you to practice that for the next couple minutes at least. But honestly, take as long as you'd like here. And until next time, thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful. And I will see you soon. Namaste.